I got a message from someone recently, and I don't know if it was LinkedIn or what, but I got a message from somebody. It's on one of these platforms. And there's someone I know, someone that I appreciate and respect. And the message was along the lines of, hey, appreciate you sharing the content that you put out, because, you're shooting you capturing these photographs and so forth. I appreciate you journaling it and sharing it with us out here in the world. But can you please, watch how you word said post, if you will. And that was paraphrasing what they said. The contention that they had with my post in particular was just some of the words that I have in there. And so let me pull up one of my recent ones and just read to you the caption of it. Petaluma versus Casa Grande baseball images I captured publishing to Max Preps. Thanks a lot for the request and support of photographers. Okay, so that's one. And here's another one. Girls 100-meter hurdles images I captured from the Viking Invitational track meet are now published in Max Preps. Thanks for the request and orders for supporting creators like me. Okay, are you all seeing a theme here? The gist was they didn't care for how I would say images I captured, and it bugged them because of the way things are in this world. Some people, and that's not the first time I've heard that. Some people would say you should not go out there and say that you shot images out there, or you shouldn't say I'm going for a photo shoot. Things like that. And like right here, this says high jump images I captured from the Viking Invitational meet. And what they don't like is the word shoot and captured. Okay. Because everything that's going on nowadays, society wise, you got people out here being kidnapped and things like that, captured. You have these mass shootings and stuff going on. It seems like once a month here in the United States. Shot, So those are triggering words for people. And for those that are affected, I totally get that it can be a triggering word. The rebuttal or my contention with them having contention with me is I'm a professional photographer. This is what I do. And so I explained to the person that I know, love, and respect. I said, look, I'm a photographer and thank you for your words, because I actually respect and dig what you say and think and what have you. There's a relationship there, but I'm a photographer. So if I hold up a camera, be it my smartphone or any other camera, there's an image sensor on there. And the way a photograph is created is light is captured into the photosites on an image sensor. They're literally captured to create the image. So I am doing exactly what the camera is I'm saying exactly what the camera is doing to create the art that I create, and I don't know if they were cool with that or understood that, but that's fine. We can agree to disagree. But I just wanted to bring it up to you all because I'm curious to hear your thoughts. And I also wanted to discuss it with her, but she ain't here. So that'll be another time. So let's see. I'm seeing in the live chat from John, he says, I'm not sure I agree with that logic about triggering words. There could be many different words that could be triggering for many different types of people. Yeah, there are. And he says we can't tiptoe around. Yeah, and I get that. Look here. I know I am not the most sensitive person out there. I know that. And I do try to be empathetic with people as best I can. And there's some things that, that I'm going to stumble on and whatnot because it doesn't necessarily bother me. And like I said at the very beginning of this, saying that I went out and shot some images for someone that has been affected recently by a mass shooting or what have you, I could see why the word shot stands out more in that sentence than anything. I could see why. But, again, I'm a photographer. That's what I do. I go out and I shoot photographs. I go out and I capture photographs. Iggy in the live chat says, I do not think I will worry about it too much. If you want it, you could use synonyms to change up what you are conveying. All right. And then there's a super chat that comes in from Joe Esposito, my man. Thank you so much. $20 super chat. Appreciate that. He says, I understand how speech has impact, but there's so much negativity around. If I can make even a small effort to avoid that, I do it. I also think intent matters. If people are honestly, we should all understand that as well. And yeah, so that's the thing. That's the key right there, is intent. And if you also go through some of my posts and historically, I usually will put a what do you call it? Emoticon. I'll put a camera emoticon in there somewhere, or say pretty direct that I am capturing images. I use that word in there somewhere, or I'll say photographs in there. I try to be very, very clear that I'm not out here in these streets with the AR-15. I'm not out here in these streets with the 9mm. I'm out there packing a 70-200 on a 40 megapixel full frame sensor. That's what I'm shooting with. You know what I'm saying? And I try to be very, very clear about that, but still, you ain't gonna be able to please everybody, So like I said, I've heard that more than once from people through messages and so forth, and I've ended up ignoring 90% of them. This one I didn't ignore because this is from someone that I know and I respect, and I got history with said person. You know what I'm saying? But I know I'm not going to be able to please everybody. Just wanted to share that with you all. Thank y'all for being here, and I love seeing the conversation amongst everyone in the chat. Thank y'all for that so daggone much.